The Sword and Shield era for the Pokemon TCG is officially coming to an end in January with the release of Crown Zenith. And you guys know that here on the channel, we love talking about sealed collection and Pokemon investment. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing every single set from the Sword and Shield era and ranking them in terms of investment viability. So yes, Generation 8, an era that saw thousands of Pokemon fans come back to the Pokemon TCG hobby in 2020, 2021, and even 2022, while also introducing a lot of new people to the genre of Pokemon and card collecting. It was a very successful era for Pokemon in general, so you got to give the Sword and Shield era an A as a whole because of that fact. But that doesn't mean that there weren't some stinkers here in the Sword and Shield era. So we're going to be ranking every single set from S to F tier. We're going to be skipping D because, I mean, it's just too many rankings at that point. But F is a failure because I do think a couple of them did miss the mark for sure. But yes, everything from Sword and Shield era base set to Crown Zenith is getting ranked today. Now, I'm not going to be doing your typical tier rankings where you get the whole black background showed up, but Nate's going to be putting in some pictures and grades here for the editing, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let us know down in the comment sections if you prefer us just to do like a tier ranking with tierrankings.com or tiermaker.com, or if you like it this way of editing style, let us know. We're always looking to improve here on Next Level TCG. All right, chronological order release, talking about Sword and Shield base set first. I'm giving Sword and Shield base set a C. It was a pretty decent set overall, with the Chase being a rainbow rare Snorlax VMAX and also the Marnie full art, still the best full art trainer card of the era in my opinion. But the set just didn't have a lot going on for it, which is sad because that happens a lot with many of the early sets, and I'm hoping Scarlet and Violet does not follow this trend. But a lot of times for the early sets of an era, what you notice is the hits are not that plentiful because they focus more on gameplay mechanics and cards to use in the new style of play than actual chase cards for collectors. So that being said, Sword and Shield base is a C. Now the follow-up set to Sword and Shield was Rebel Clash, a lot of people's least favorite set in the entire Sword and Shield era. So unfortunately for me, it is going to come in at an F. The beginning of the Sword and Shield era was not looking great, and this was actually before the big boom that happened in 2020 anyway, so not many people did experience the release of base set and Rebel Clash, which is a good thing because I don't know how hot it would have been. We did get the Giovanni full art for the Boss's Orders, which really was the chase card of the set and a very good set, but it was mainly for playing the game. It was in everybody's deck. Still, not a terrible set. Focused on the starters. Not many people enjoyed the starters for the Sword and Shield era, so sadly, it comes in as a failure for the second set of the era. All right, set number 3 is Darkness Ablaze, and it's not getting too much better during the early years of the Sword and Shield era. I'm putting Darkness Ablaze as a C as well. Now, this is the first time that we got a sniff of the Chase Charizard that everybody always looks for, so there actually was quite a bit of hype generated with this set. I would say this is the first time that people really started to pay attention to the Pokemon TCG was during Darkness Ablaze release. And it was fantastic early on, but the problem with Darkness Ablaze at this point is it's been printed into the floor with ETBs still hitting Walmart's shelves to this day. So with them still being readily available a year and a half to 2 years after release, there's going to be a lot out there. Even with the Charizard Chase, the price of that Zard is way down, so it comes in ranking at a C. And then we got the first set that really generated some hype in the Pokemon TCG, and that is Champion's Path. The very first special set of the Sword and Shield era was a huge success, mainly because there was 2 Chase Charizard cards really generating hype in the hobby. The Shiny Charizard V Full Art card, and then also the Rainbow Charizard card, plus the Charizard came inside the ETB. So there was 3 Charizard cards that were chaseable in this set, and a lot of people had tons and tons of hype. I remember I was doing some shiny hunting live streams around this time, and people were talking about Champion's Path and those Charizards like crazy. This was the very first time that we started to see huge conversation around Pokemon TCG, and that stuff was going to be hard to find and limited because people were hunting for it. That being said, for me, Champion's Path is actually getting an A. 2 huge chase cards approaching that $200 marker. Minimal print run compared to other special sets gives Champion's Path an A for me, even though the rest of the set is not that great. And then our first surprise of the era was Vivid Voltage, the 5th set to be released in the Sword and Shield era, and it featured an amazing chase card of the Rainbow Pikachu VMAX, also known as that Chonkachu, baby. That being said, I'm still giving this set a C. That's right, it seems like I might be crapping over the early TCG releases, but the changes they made in the Generation 8 era were so good for the Pokemon TCG, it is hard for me to put any of these early sets onward. And I will just say this: open some of the older sets and then open some of the newer sets and let me know which sets were more enjoyable to open, which is why in this case it's a C. Now, Vivid Voltage is not a good set, but a couple things going for it. The amazing rares. They are fun cards, undervalued and underappreciated in my opinion across the board. And of course that Rainbow Chonkachu. But that's it. Everything else in this set is really, really bad. And the pull rates are really, really low. And it also has the Darkness Ablaze issue where it was printed for a very long time and put in a lot of collection boxes and ETBs still in the toy sections at Walmart. So with those subsequent reprints, Ablaze and Vivid Voltage are down here towards C on the list. All right, and one of the fastest turnaround here from special set to special set has Shining Fates coming in at set number 6, released for Generation 8. And this is the set that really made people go crazy. After the success of Hidden Fates at the end of the Sun and Moon era, when Shining Fates was released with another Shiny Vault subset, it got real. When I say it got real, Shining Fates was almost unfindable for the first month of release at any of your retailers or your local game stores. People were just blowing out those ETBs, those collection boxes. They were dunskies. You weren't finding them anywhere. Unfortunately, Shining Fates got the reprint bug. Now, I still think this special set is a very good sealed investment. I'm giving it the ranking of an A in terms of sealed collection. And the only reason why it is not S tier is because it is significantly less than Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates is one of the best sets of all times. Shining Fates doesn't quite live up to the billing. And Shining Fates, with it being printed as long as it was printed, unfortunately falls down the list from it being S tier. But special set, shiny Charizard inside, tons of shiny Pokemon, always going to be remembered fondly when opening, but just the mass printing drops it down to the A tier. All right, so alternate art era time. That's right, Battle Styles introduces to us the alternate art for the Pokemon TCG, the hottest, most collectible cards pretty much ever printed since Gold Stars at least. Unfortunately, they started this era off with a stinker, and Battle Styles falls into the F category for me. Yes, it had some really cool artworks with the Tyranitar and the Urshifus, but the problem with this set, with it being anchored by Urshifu, not many people had interest in it, and the only good thing about the set is the fact that it has alternate arts inside. Not that many, just a few. Tyranitar is the best, but even with that card going around $55-$60, Battle Styles just didn't carry its weight for very long, and it still to this day is considered the worst set in the Sword and Shield era, right down there with Rebel Clash, so it's an F. And then the alternate arts come back with a vengeance with the release of Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign has the most pullable alternate arts of any set in the Pokemon TCG, and it is a really fun and underrated and underappreciated set, in my opinion. The problem is the pull rates are so bad. It has earned its nickname of Chilling Pain. Even for our instance, it took us over 220 booster packs to pull our very first alternate art, and even then, it was only the Shadow Rider Calyrex. Chilling Reign will be a decent sealed investment. I'm putting it in the B tier, not quite an A tier investment because it does not have the fanfare around it right now, but it will be remembered fondly at the end of the day with these glorious alternate art cards and the artworks like the Zera Aura. Absolutely phenomenal cards, good chases. People are going to want this set, so here it is in B tier. And then it happened. The greatest set in the Sword and Shield era. That's right after Chilling Reign, we got Evolving Skies. And I really don't even have to tell you guys much about it. You know that it's going in the S tier immediately. This set is the most expensive set to release since Hidden Fates. And really before that, you got to go like way back to WotC before there was that much hype between a set. Hidden Fates was close, but I think Evolving Skies even beats it with the Moonbryon going upwards to $600 raw right now, and with it having over 6 or 7 cards over the $100 marker. Absolutely insane of a set. S tier all the way. The secondary print run has really, third print run has really put a damper on it. The pull rates are very, very hard. It's just as bad as Chilling Pain in terms of pull rates. I haven't quite come up with a cool one yet. If you guys have a cool one for Evolving Skies for poor rates, let me know. But that being said, the highs are so high with this set. It's got the 2 most expensive cards in the Sword and Shield era as a total, with the Moonbryon and the Umbreon, or in the Rayquaza VMAX alt art. It's number 1. It's S tier all day, every day. Evolving Skies. Pokemon 25th Anniversary, yes, was such a fun time. Very unique set with celebrations releasing. Very strange with the 4 cards per pack. Every card is a holographic. They were definitely testing some stuff here with the 25th Anniversary set. That being said, this is still an S tier investment for me because it is an anniversary set. Stuff like Generations is very, very expensive. Go look at the values of the starter collection boxes for Generations and the Pikachu collection box. Absolutely outrageous. Over $250, $300 for 4 booster packs on that sealed collection. I don't know if Celebrations will ever get that high simply because it is a part of this mass printing era, but Celebrations does not go inside any of these other collection boxes, tins, things like that. It's a niche product that only came in its own boxes during its own release. So that's going to make it more limited than other sets on this list, which is why it is an S tier investment. It does end up below Evolving Skies, but it is still up there, top tier. So many good cards, such a fun open. Celebrations, S tier investment. And then we have a set that a lot of people don't really enjoy that I think is actually a very good set in Fusion Strike. It has 3 massive anchors for the Pokemon TCG with Gengar, Espeon, and Mew. Very, very popular cards. Very expensive cards in terms of the Gengar and Espeon as well, which is why I actually have it here in the B tier. People don't like Fusion Strike for whatever reason. It is my number 1 undervalued set of the entire generation. Yes, it was printed a lot. It's a fun open, big chases. Who doesn't love Mew? Who doesn't love Gengar? Big anchors. 15, 20 years from now, people are going to like Fusion Strike. I put it in the same boat as Unified Minds. It kind of slid under the radar for a long time, but now people want it. Fusion Strike in the same boat, B tier investment. All right, next is Brilliant Stars, a set for me that was so close to being that S tier, but I had to bring it down to the A tier. And the only reason for that is simply because the S tier is so good. Evolving Skies is amazing. Celebrations, not much I have to say about it. You guys believe it. Brilliant Stars is at A tier simply because it has the Charizard chase. It is the Charizard set for Sword and Shield era, even more so than Darkness Ablaze. This is more like Flash Fire from the X and Y era than anything else. A card, alternate art Charizard that people want, a set that people want. And Arceus is not too bad either. More chases, Arceus, very popular, mythical, most powerful Pokemon in the game. Mix that with the most popular Pokemon in the game, and you have a set that's worth collecting in Brilliant Stars. A tier sealed investment. Astral Radiance, the most disappointing set in the alternate art era, in my opinion. I actually have Astral Radiance down here in F tier. It is a fun open. We did get the trainer gallery. Actually, it came out in Brilliant Stars, but we did get the trainer gallery in Astral Radiance as well. The probably least popular trainer gallery set of all the trainer galleries so far is in Astral Radiance. So you're not getting much value in Astral Radiance for the trainer gallery or the alternate arts. Yes, you got Palkia and Dialga, and Machamp is actually number 1. But considering that Palkia and Dialga were the mascots here, I was expecting them to be number 1, and they weren't. They were fun. They were part of decks. They were good for players, but it just did not create the hype that Pokemon Company thought with the release of Legends Arceus. So, that being said, F tier for Astral Radiance. So many special sets in this era, and that's right, Pokemon Go also came out in the Sword and Shield era, and people are already completely done with it. That being said, I do think it's going to be a B-tier investment. It's not a failure in my opinion. Its job was to bring new collectors from the Pokemon Go video games to the Pokemon TCG, and I think it did a pretty decent job at that. But it's just not special enough. It has the Radiant starters inside. Really, those are my 3 favorite cards. They saved Alternate Art Mewtwo all the way for this set, which is kind of disappointing. I wish it would have been somewhere else because the artwork is not great at it. They tried to make it look like it would have mattered in like Pokemon Go for Mewtwo, but it's a shame that they wasted Mewtwo's anchorism on this set. The Radiants don't hold very good values, even though it is the first shiny Charizard we've gotten since Shining Fates. It just didn't do it. It was too common. Pokemon Go was fun, did its job. Is it going to be massive at the end of the day? No, but it's not a failure. B tier. All right, next up on the list is Lost Origins, one of my favorite sets, actually, in the Sword and Shield era. It's a very fun set to open. It has a very solid trainer gallery, and it's anchored by one of the top 5 most expensive cards in the era, and that is the Giratina V alternate art. I'm going A tier with the Lost Origins here. It's just a good set. When I find myself walking down Walmart aisles, Target aisles, looking at the Pokemon cards, Lost Origins sticks out to me. When I'm looking at sets that I want to buy, I look right past Brilliant Stars, Fusion Strike, Silver Tempest. I don't look past Evolving Skies, I'm not going to lie. But I tend to go for the Lost Origins. It just is a fun set to open. I love the Giratina. It's a great card. We got lucky enough to pull it here on Next Level TCG. And it's got a really great trainer gallery. So it's an A-tier investment for me. I think they knocked this one out of the park. Silver Tempest, the current set that's out right now. The current most recent set. And it's not a bad investment either. It's anchored by the Lugia V alternate art, a very, very good card, but it's one step down from Lost Origins for me. So I'm putting Silver Tempest here in the B tier category just because it's almost just, it's like a poor man's Lost Origins for me. The Lugia is one step down from the Giratina. The trainer gallery is one step down from Lost Origins, just across the board, I would say. And it doesn't really have a secondary chase like the Lugia was. So in my opinion, Lost Origins beat it out. Aerodactyl was a better secondary chase card. So it's here in B tier for Silver Tempest. All right, so I know we don't know everything about Crown Zenith as of yet, but I'm going to go ahead and have a hankering that Crown Zenith is going to be an S tier investment. This set looks absolutely phenomenal. Just look at V-Star Universe, the cards that are coming out there. 4 alternate art gold cards for the Creation Trio and Arceus, plus huge chases with V-Star alternate arts, trainer galleries. I guess they're calling it the Galarian Gallery in this set. It is absolutely amazing. It has like a 6-month release window. They're definitely going to be playing around with this set, guys, but when you find it, I would buy it. It's going to be a fantastic set, fun to open and fun to keep sealed. The only question I have is how much are they printing? I know they are going to be printing this set into the floor, which means there is going to be more of it available sealed in the next 15-20 years. But this set might be so good, it may not matter. Crown Zenith is going in the S tier, but it's going below Celebrations and Evolving Skies for now. That could change. All right, that's it, guys. That is the end of today's video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section of my tier rankings. The cool thing is that it's okay to have different opinions, except Evolving Skies is clearly number 1. But other than that, let's chat about it. Where do you think I messed up? Where do you put other sets? Do you think that, are you just like a huge Battle Styles fan? I need to find somebody that's a huge Battle Styles fan. I just have to, because I don't know if they exist. But let's chat about it down there, guys. And if you like Pokemon TCG content here on Next Level TCG, we post 5 to 6 videos per week. So if you're into that sort of a thing, hit that subscribe button and smack that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future releases. Shorts every single day. And if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like as well. We're live this Friday tonight. Come hang out with us. There's giveaways, there's pack breaks, all kinds of cool stuff. Come hang out with us there. And if you want to level up, you got to be kind and be yourself.